So, can I shift our topic again?
Yes, because
For
this is
God's
sad.
sake,
'Cause
yeah.
this is real depressing, right?
Yeah,
It
I'd like.
really is.
it's
How
part of
about
our
if
time capsule.
could we come back to something a little more uplifting? How about something uplifting? And believe it
Okay.
or not, this uplifting topic, this uplifting tale that I'm about to regale you with, begins on Reddit. Now, I know
I
what you're
do not
thinking.
believe you.
Whoa,
Which part of Reddit?
whoa. That's the key. That's the key. All of Reddit is not created equal. And this one starts
Is this
in
a ukulele thing?
it is. It starts in
Somehow
r
I knew.
slash starts in r slash ukulele, and it relates to a bunch of topics that I'm going to pull together even from the chat. So I was reading r slash ukulele several weeks ago, and there was a post that someone had that they were very sad because their ukulele had developed a crack, and they were worried about their ukulele long term, and they felt bad about that because they teach at a preschool, and they play a song for their students every morning to welcome them to class, and their students really seem to enjoy that sort of thing. So I thought, hey, that's terrible. I feel bad that this person's ukulele is dying. I have some extras because I have a lot of ukuleles. So I got in touch with this person on Reddit, and I'm like, hey, look, I don't know if I don't know if this is something that would you'd be interested in, but I've got some extra ukuleles. I could just send you one. Just would you be okay with that? And they're like, well, look, I don't like to give my address out to strangers on the internet, but here's the address of my school. If you want to send one to me, that's fine. So I boxed up actually two ukuleles because, like I said, I have a few spares, and this seemed
Dual
like
wielding is important.
it
It's
seemed
true.
like a good a cause. One of the
Also,
ukuleles
clues.
is in yeah.
Hang on. Cardboard Samurai, thank you so much for the 10-month resub. I appreciate you. Okay, keep
Uh,
going.
one of the ukes is entirely plastic because I thought, hey, this is going to be at a preschool. If you're worried about temperature, humidity, slobbering children, whatever you're worried about, here's a plastic ukulele.
You
Makes
could
sense.
knock them
So
right down with that.
so I sent them off, and the person wrote back, and they were so excited. They were so happy to have gotten it, and they wanted to send me a little something in return. And so I have the little thing. This is what I had to go and get just before
Oh,
we, we,
okay.
we went on.
Okay.
They made me a needle point
Aw.
Aw,
of the
Cute.
ukulele, and they sent this to me. So I have to figure out where to hang this now. But
that
it
is
was
so
really
cute.
sweet.
Yeah.
It's
That's
really
cute.
sweet. And what's crazy is, and I don't think they know this, I have a ukulele that looks exactly like this. It's actually this color, and so
Nice.
it's
Very
it's
nice.
just perfect. So
So now you need a
that
picture of you with the needlepoint holding that one ukulele to send to
exact,
me.
and I'm gonna send it to
Yeah.
to the lady who I sent the ukuleles
Nice.
to. So there's an uplifting
That
story
is positive.
happened because of Reddit. So
And for those of you who don't understand, when Clue says he has a lot of ukuleles, you remember that scene in The Matrix where they stand there and those racks come flying forward like a million guns? It's like that with ukuleles.
it's not quite that bad. Between my wife and I, we own 58.
Yeah, it's not
I have
quite
I
that
have
bad.
I have a spreadsheet. I keep track.
Okay, so it's the standard definition version of that rather than the HD version, but
Right.
it's still a lot.
It is quite a few, yeah.
So when the racks come out, their coats still flap from the breeze created by it, but not that much.
Not
Yeah,
for very long. Yeah.
exactly.
It's brief.
Oh Jesus.
So there you go. There's my uplifting story for you.
That was
Yeah.
pretty good.
That was nice.
I I don't really have anything uplifting. I mentioned I got the VR headset, and
Yep.
like now that I have a VR headset, the thing that I want to do is put it on all of my friends and be like, "Try this," because like VR is a thing that's had so many like blockages for people to
Yeah.
experience because like the only reason that I have this one is because it's standalone because VR has always needed a high-end computer to be able to run VR things. And then the VR headset itself is always fucking expensive.
Yeah.
And like this thing was still especially with so I got the Elite head strap that had the extra battery in it. So now this thing lasts like 4 hours, which is glorious because 2 hours is nothing. Um, but it was not prohibitively expensive. and I only got it due to special circumstances. It's an Oculus Quest 2. But like all I want to do is just put it on people. The first time I booted it up, I did it when Amanda was here, so I could put it on her and be like, check this out. And you know, she screwed around in the little training program, the first steps it's called in the Quest. And I took it to see the parents and put mom in it, and that was adorable. And I was casting it to my phone so the old man could see what she was up to. So I didn't actually get a chance to record mom fooling around in VR, which is really too bad. I want to get Mike over here. I got Amanda's daughter to try it out after we bullied her into it, essentially, because she just didn't want to try it. It's not that she didn't want to try it. It's that I was like, "Here, you want to try this?" And she just sort of stared at me because she's 11 and a weirdo. So, which makes her way more interesting than most people.
Yeah.
But once she tried it on, she had it on for like 45 minutes until I was finally like, all right, I love y'all, but get the hell out of my apartment because I have to eat and then stream. And so, yeah, I keep trying to get Mike and his wife over here to try it out because Mike's job is trying to kill him again, like actively, like it's bad. And I think that like getting in there and dicking around in a virtual 3D world might make him smile, you know?
So, Chewie, I think you've described a cult.
No, I don't want everyone to buy one, and I don't want everyone to be indoctrinated. Like, VR is not the future of gaming. It's just neat.
That sounds like the most fair review of VR I've heard in a while, because, like, I've not seen a VR thing that I'm like, I want to do that. Which makes it really hard when I'm looking at VR stuff. I'm like, how much money do I want to spend on VR? Because, like, I look at the scale of, like, the cheap end, which is, like, literally sticking your phone in a cardboard box and jamming it up against your face for $1. And then there's the expensive end, which is, like, probably the HTC one. I think is probably the most expensive one.
The most expensive one I've seen recently, it was like $1,200, and I was like,
like, well, it's $1,200, but also, like, to use a $1,200 VR set, you probably need to have graphics cards that are currently working on bitcoins instead of actually functioning in a computer.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why I have the Quest.
Realistically, you're looking at like a $3,000 investment to do that, and I'm like, what are you getting beyond this is cool, and I guess we play Beat Saber now? Because, like, full disclosure, I have a work budget to buy VR stuff if I want to use it. Because one of the work benefits that we have this year is straight up, you've been squeezed in a sardine can for the last 2 years. Buy things that help you psychologically, if not physically. And on the list of things that qualify is VR gear. So, like, this is money that I'm not getting unless I spend it. And I don't need most of the other stuff on this list. So I'm like, maybe I'll buy a VR thing. But, like, I wouldn't know what to buy or what I want. But also, that psychological need to spend money that's going away anyway kicks in. And I'm like, do I get more from spending more, or is it just wasteful? Like, I don't know what the return difference is on all these things, and I'm not technologically sophisticated enough for it. And whenever I try to look up anything about this stuff, it turns into the usual nerds dick waving about things I don't understand, the same way they do about HD TVs, as if any of us actually has, like, an 8K stream to watch stuff on ever.
Yeah.
So it's just a lot. And
well, Bill, if you want, I can bring it over to your place sometime. And you could try it out. Because, like I said, that's the thing I'm trying to do, is let everyone try it, just because I have the capability and I want to share it.
I feel like whatever VR thing I get, I would put a Futurama brain slug on the side of.
Well, of course, if you didn't, I would be sad.
It feels like the appropriate thing to do.
And I would wonder what you've done with Bill.
Yeah, it just seems like that's what you do when you have VR. But, like, I would need to figure out what I actually want to play on such a thing. Because, like I said before, I got sick of the Wii motion controls pretty quick and have not missed them. So, like, what am I getting out of VR? Like the thing I would actually like, which I don't think exists in a meaningful capacity yet, but I've heard exists is or like it's being built. I would like to put on VR and do the thing where you walk around on Street View in another city, where someone is like map because I know Google Maps, Google Earth, whatever tried to do this, but my understanding is that it's like going through Google Maps on your like computer, and that sounds like the Minecraft misery that you were describing earlier. But
Yeah.
like if someone actually just was like, and here's VR Paris, I would like to walk around VR Paris. That sounds cool.
Yeah, the problem is that would you'd have to either model the entire city, or someone would
Yeah.
have to actually go around with the 360-degree camera and get video around the entire city. Like the
Right.
thing where you're in Google Maps Street View is totally a thing. It's
Yeah.
on the Quest, I think it's called Wander, and on PC it's just Google Earth, I'm pretty sure, VR.
Yeah.
But it's not like
it-
a real-time thing.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting real time. You'd have to have
okay.
like some crazy drone nonsense for that. I just like the idea of if I'm gonna go on a vacation to a place, pulling the thing up and looking around in advance so I can decide if that's actually a detour I want to take on my trip. Like, do I actually want to go and wander through this area, or is it boring as hell and I'm better off doing something else? And that's easier to tell from VR than it is to tell from some person's trip advisory post.
Yeah. Yeah, like I look at it as I got it for content, and instead of like a treadmill or a fucking Peloton or whatever, because what I've been using it for is streaming and shooting zombies in the face for fun, and then
Right.
getting sweaty with Beat Saber and VR porn, and because I could hear Cluze thinking it, and what's the other thing? The boxing game, Thrill of the Fight.
Is that what they call it now?
The thrill of the fight? They've called it that for a long time.
Yeah,
It's
no,
Eye of
the
Tiger
porn they
stuff.
just call porn, Cluze.
Oh, okay, all right. Just checking.
I feel like we're missing out if we don't have some really bad 90s hacker slang for porn. I
Oh,
feel like
that's
we're
a good
missing out.
point.
We should get something like VR porn hacker name for it.
It's got to have the word flesh in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, naturally, it would have to. It would have to be something ridiculous involving the word
Bit
flesh.
flesh.
They do.
You go to hell.
You take your flesh coin and get out.
Flesh is what the the F in NFT stands for.
Oof.
Oh, it is.
Non-frangible? Non-flex? Non-flesh.
Fleshable. No, wait.
Oh, it's
like
a non
Lunchables, but
something
cannibalism?
token, but yeah.
Is the T for titties? Hang on, I'm so confused.
Oh,
But
boy.
yeah, there's got to be some absolutely horrible 90s hacker slang for this that already exists.
Oh, there's got to be. Yeah.
I just don't know what it is, and I'm not going to go Google searching for it. Chat, tell us, and then we'll block you.
Oh boy.
But seriously, that was a serious offer, by the way, Bill. I will totally bring the Quest over. We can push some furniture out of the way a little bit and draw out a little area on the ground, and you can get in and dick around and see if it's for you.
Yeah, I mean, we can do that at some point. That is fine by me. I've had friends pushing VR stuff for a long time, just because one of them got Beat Saber and it's like, and now we are all Beat Saber people, and I'm like, I am not Beat Saber people. I don't see myself being a Beat Saber person. I appreciate it existing though. It looks neat.
It's good exercise. I will give it that.
I mean, I believe that.
I'm still not good at it, but I played the
Yeah.
demo, which was like one song, and I went, "This is so cool. This is way cooler than I was actually expecting." And then I bought the game. I bought Beat Saber before I bought Super Hot or Resident Evil 4 VR.
I mean, Beat Saber is how you sell VR right now, or porn, depending.
Isn't that what the internet's for?
I mean, there's a song about it, but yeah, I'm pretty confident the main selling points for VR at the moment are playing Beat Saber and beating off. I think those are the two selling points of VR at the moment.
Beat off Saber?
off Beat Saber. I don't
Now,
know.
look, I know we've been joking about this for a little bit, but I haven't been paying much attention to it. Is there actually a lot of porn on VR at this point?
I
Like, I'm
mean,
sure there's some, but I mean, is this really a thing yet?
I am operating on the assumption that, like all previous technologies, the first thing you build is porn, then you
Right.
build things around it, and then eventually you double back and make better porn.
Because I
I don't
just
know if
haven't.
they're at better porn yet.
I was gonna say
'Cause I
I
don't
just
have
haven't
VR.
heard anything about VR porn yet, and I, I'm not going digging for that. That's not a search
Oh.
I'm doing. But
I mean, the Quest has a browser function, so I'm pretty sure I could find some porn. I just
Uh, you don't need to watch it. We just want to know what the keyword is. And it can't just be VR porn. That's boring. Again, we have to go back to our 90s hacker slang.
that's right. We need.
Like, I need to feel like I'm watching someone in hackers yell this out of like a car as the police are dragging them away.
all
I,
right.
I feel like there was a classic sci-fi that had this in it, and they referred to it as the Feelies. But I can't. I may be wrong. I may be misremembering
I don't
something
know.
else.
All right, you guys. I'm going to take the hit.
Are you going to open
Okay,
that incognito
hold,
window? For
hold
the
on.
team?
Bogart already did it for us. There is a whole section on Pornhub for
Oh,
VR.
that I just opened up Pornhub and I'm typing VR. Let's see.
All right.
Search.
I hope you don't
This-
find VR Troopers porn because that's weird.
This looks like regular porn. Oh no, I've got the two. When I mouse over it, it starts playing. You know, like on YouTube, I've got the two.
You got the two displays.
Yeah,
to
like
go
right
into the
next to each
headset.
other, which I guess would
Yeah.
combine in a. Well, how about that?
All right. Well, there we go.
Not
You
some
did
of
it.
these are just and there is the ant from Big Hero 6 in porn. Okay, I'm closing this window.
Because of
Well, it
course,
didn't
of
take you long
course
to
there
find
is.
that.
It
Yeah,
was the second row down.
Of course it was.
Of course it was.
I don't know how that was sorted. I already closed the window, but it was.
We already had a reference to
It
Rule
was
34
sorted based on your
earlier,
previous searches,
so-
like everything else on the internet, Chewie.
I don't know if I've ever searched for Big Hero 6 anywhere except for Disney Plus, so I could watch it again. Are Disney
Well, the thing
Plus
is-
and what was that site, Pornhub, working together?
Your
Hey,
Oculus
Mike, Disney owns a lot.
Your Oculus heard you say the words Big Hero and 6 at some point. It put them together in the algorithm and decided this is what you want.
Quite frankly, after all the times we said it before, I'm amazed you didn't get BBC.
I mean, who's to say I didn't?
It's true. You were not screen sharing, and thank you.
Yeah,
Yes,
well,
thank
I
you for
want to
that.
be able to keep streaming, so yeah.
That's right. We appreciate it.
It was the second one down.
Look,
Like,
again,
there's a row, and
Bogart,
then there was a second row, and it was the last one in the second row. I was like, that
Bogart-
looks like...
Like, you know, you found the internet part of that because, like, I think she has like a total of like 3 minutes of screen time in that movie.
But she was so hot. Like, that was totally a thing that I said. I was like, damn, his aunt's hot. Aunt? Isn't it his aunt? I think it's his aunt.
I mean, it's the main character of a superhero story. There's no way he has parents.
Oh,
Right.
accurate. Okay, yeah. My bad.
clearly.
Yeah.
Bogart, I've seen some things. Okay, I'm just saying, I've seen some things. The early internet was a wild place, and
Yeah.
I don't need to see those things anymore.
I remember
just
Style Project.
don't.
Oh, Bill knows
There-
what I'm talking about.
There,
Hey, Chewie.
there was an incident early on. I eventually just deleted some software. I'm like, I don't even need just no.
Fact: Cluze deleted Windows and has not used it since.
Fact, yeah.
It's like format C. No. Blender.
Ooh, that's the thing I've started doing to veer this in a different
Oh,
direction.
you have been blending porn.
You have
No,
been
no,
blending porn, yeah.
I started making smoothies.
Is
Side
that
note?
what they're called?
Cluze, that was the joke I was going to make. What I said said. Actually, I was going to say we're going to refer to VR porn now as flesh blenders.
Ah.
There you go. We named it.
I'm not
You're
gonna look up
welcome.
flesh blenders because I know there's
Probably should.
already that. Yeah.
You'll get
They're
like
not-
a trauma video or something. But
They're
Exactly.
not movies. They're smoothies.
that is depressing.
Once we get the tactile
Isn't it?
gloves, then they'll totally be smoothies.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I've been on a self improvement kick, and apologies for anyone that was watching the Manipool just chatting that we did on Thursday, but which I was supposed to get posted today so it could go up tomorrow. Whoops!
Hey, we gave you a curveball.
I got snowed in and lost all will to live. But yeah, I stopped having soda in the house. I've stopped buying soda. I'm not like giving up soda or caffeine, but I just don't have it in the house anymore. What the hell was that? And my breakfast every day for the last God only knows how many years, because I was broke for a long time, was a Mountain Dew and a Pop-Tart. And I finally broken that. I stopped buying Pop-Tarts too.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah. So now
Multiple
I
reasons.
have frozen fruit, and I borrowed a bullet blender thing from Amanda to try out to see if I would stick with it. And I'm on smoothie. Today was smoothie number 9, I think, in a row. And it's not...
So-
like, I have a problem with not wanting to have too many steps to do something, especially when it involves food. That's part of why I've never learned how to cook, is because I want to go one thing, food. Like, order, food, or put in microwave, food. I don't have time. If it's a thing that's like, put it in the microwave and then take it out and cut a slit and mix it and then put it back, and I'm like, no, screw you, I'm not doing that.
Too many steps.
Too many steps, because that's just I know my own limitations when it comes to how long I'll stick with it, which is why I only borrowed a blender instead of buying one.
For those of you making your Chewie mashup in the future, because I know we haven't had those in a while, he did just say put it in with no background noise.
He did.
I did. And that
And in
might
this
have been deliberate.
episode,
It might be for the 12th anniversary of No One Expects the Manipool. There it is. Have
And
fun.
once I get the bra button, it'll be like, bat, put it in. Wait,
Bra.
no.
hey Chewie,
Yeah.
if I may, a thought occurred to me as you were talking.
I
about
saw the
your-
thought occur to you, actually. I looked up just
You
in
saw
time.
it, and I wrote it down. So you're I'm going to use some words now that you may not be comfortable with, but I'm going to do them anyway.
Like shit pickle?
Prophylactic.
like
Worcestershire.
like smoothie. And no, you are in theory a content creator, yes?
Yes.
Have you yet created the content that is Chewie makes a smoothie and then you give your review of the smoothie you just made in a place that isn't Twitter?
No.
Well, have you thought about making that video? Because I would watch, if you put up a video like, every day or once a week or whatever it is, where you get out the ingredients and you make your smoothie and you tell us what it's like in real time as you drink it, I would watch that.
Are you talking about smoothies the normal way or the way you just defined them?
The normal way. I'm not watching.
Checking.
I'm not watching Chewie make a smoothie TM. No,
Got it,
that's
got
not
it.
a.
I don't have a 360 camera anyway, so I couldn't do that.
Thank God. Do
Someone
not-
look up how much 360 cameras are. No.
Pretty
Do
sure
not-
you could just use two cameras next to each other. You'll be fine.
Just
two
phone
old
it in
phones.
like. Phone it
Literally
in
two
like the
old
Minecraft
phones
people
beside
do.
each other. You got this. It's like a backwards Wii. Just like get one of the old Wii bars and put like a little phone on each side and record. It'll be backwards head tracking and it'll be a smoothie.
Wait, is that our slang term for VR porn? Backwards Wii?
I think backwards Wii is already used in the porn world, so we can't
I'm
jump on that.
sure it is.
I'm sure it is.
It's a real Rusty Ventures situation there.
But no, I have not considered that sort of thing. I'm not that kind of content creator. Really.
Oh, that's fine. I'm just saying that is a thing that I would watch. If that came across my YouTube feed from the Manipool Productions, I would watch that.
Fair enough.
Admittedly, if that popped up in my feed, I would not watch it because with videos like that, I assume you're going to try to sell me NordVPN.
I mean, that is the goal, is one day to actually be big enough to where people want to give me money to hawk their shit.
I'll pull that up and be like, oh, good. Boxu. Excellent. I can get Japanese snack foods delivered to my home.
That's one I've never
you can
heard
tell
of.
what YouTube videos I watch
Yeah,
because
yeah.
All right, no, here's the thing. So if you're in the world of anime YouTube,
So
and
what had
stuff like
happened
that,
was,
yeah. So you're in the world of anime YouTube. You're only going to get about 4 products. You're going to get a VPN thing because they're trying to tell you that you're using this to watch Netflix in another country when it's probably for other reasons.
yeah.
You're going to get
Oh, like VR porn. I mean, smoothie.
like smoothies.
Like smoothies.
You're going to get ads for things where they're bringing you like, and here's a food thing we'll send you, whether it's Japanese snack foods or meal prep or whatever. You're going to get those ads still.
Yeah.
You got those, okay? You'll get ads for like honey, telling you like, honey sponsors this thing. They'll add coupons or whatever when you buy things
okay.
online. So those are the 3 main ones that you get.
Yeah.
But for some reason, the 4th one that pops up like 1 in 10, no matter where you're at, if you're watching anime YouTube, razors for your balls.
Yeah, the lawnmower.
Yeah.
For
For some reason, that's what pops up.
God, what's the name of that company?
It's like Manscaped or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
It's one of those things where you're just like, it'd be one thing if they were running the ad, but that's not how YouTube ads work because people skip those. No, they always have the host of the show doing this.
Yeah,
and like,
talking
they'll be
about
there
shaving their balls.
talking about the product because they
Yeah.
have to talk about it. And like it's really funny watching someone being like they'll record the ads separately from whatever the content they are and they'll just drop them in later. Like they probably forgot which ad went with what. But you'll be watching a really somber thing and it'll be like, man, so like we're talking about the people that died from like nuclear radiation,
Grave
or
of the
people
Fireflies
who,
or something.
like absolutely horrible. There are people suffering in the world, and then it'll cut to this upbeat because it's an ad thing. It'll be like, and with that, they'd never walk again. Have you ever felt like you've got a forest down there? It's such an awkward shift that's hilarious. And like it's one of those things that's so jarring to be funny. But like it's like whoever they are, like Manscaped or whatever, have gone around and like I feel like someone gave those people a marketing budget and like, who do I want to see say this? And that's the
What would be
criteria that went into
the
it.
best juxtaposition here.
Yeah, where's the best place that I could put this? But like that will pop up, and then yeah, as mentioned in the chat, also every gotcha game because they're making $1 billion and they'll just jump in and try to get anime people to give them $80 for a JPEG.
Like
I say this as someone who plays gotcha games. It's bad. Don't do it.
Yeah.
But like, I understand why they advertise that at anime fans. We are collectibles and we're out of shelf space.
The ads that I see all the time are the VPN, the food thing, especially. HelloFresh has kicked it up.
HelloFresh,
just
yep.
this month. Like they sponsor Brian Kibler now, and he's on Twitter, like hawking stuff instead of just in his videos.
People make resolutions and are like, "Holy crap, food related!" So they're gonna go crazy in January.
But also because of whose videos I watch, I get a lot of ads for CuriosityStream with a free Nebula subscription.
Yep.
Which once Nebula
those, yeah.
gets put on like smart TVs, I'm getting that subscription, but I can't watch it currently.
There is a Nebula app for Roku. So if you have a
but
Roku
I don't
TV,
have a Roku.
It's there, and I believe they're getting one for the Samsung smart TVs that's coming soon.
There they are, which is what I have. So as soon as that pops up, I'm gonna get the CuriosityStream with the free.
Oh no, they got to Cardboard Samurai.
I mean,
Yep.
at some point, I'm gonna get one of these. So like, might as well be HelloFresh and support a content creator, but whatever. But it's those two. Raycon freaking earbuds.
I haven't
And,
gotten those yet. Oh, they already got Cluze, and Cluze isn't even streaming.
Was that a Patrick Willems?
That was
thing?
a Patrick H. Williams. That's right. I
Yeah.
used the code, and I got to be honest, they're decent. They're not like amazing, but they sound fine. The battery lasts long enough. They're good enough.
And they didn't cost $4,000.
And they didn't cost $4,000. Yeah, they are worth the price.
And
say about my
what's the
Raycons.
other one?
I got a bunch of Skillshare ones.
Skillshare.
Oh, Skillshare.
That's it. Skillshare and God, there's another one that's like trying to teach you things.
Masterclass.
That's the one. No, I don't think I've ever seen a YouTuber do a masterclass ad. Actually,
Master Blaster.
Master Blaster.
They run Bartertown.
2 men enter, 1 man leave.
Yep.
It's not a good business model.
Or Blaster Master, where you're trying to find your frog that got real big and jumped in a hole.
I wish I had a check from Raycon, but no, I used Patrick H. Willems' code and I bought a pair.
I think HelloFresh has taken over all of the other ads that I used to see.
Probably.
Because like,
I mean, I'm sure they're outbidding everyone else.
Oh yeah, like because this month especially, everyone's doing a HelloFresh ad insert.
Yeah, like some of the other things that I get ads for pretty often, as we're just running down ads while getting paid for nothing. But because I watch a lot of D&D content now that I'm like playing in several games and like running one, I definitely get ads for things like World Anvil, where they're like, and here's a tool that makes it easier to plan your storytelling, because between D&D and like people who write novels and all that stuff, there's a million tools out there that are essentially glorified like Microsoft Notes, but like tailored to whatever you need.
Specialized, glorified Microsoft Notes.
Super specialized. But like, to credit, people seem to really enjoy these tools. So like, if it makes you write or it helps any part of the process be easier, it's probably worth it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't use any of this stuff. I use Notepad. I'm old as hell.
Yeah.
Like,
I use Notepad plus plus.
I'm like, oh, Notepad plus plus is where it's at. I wish I could install that on my work computer. They took away my privileges. I can't do that anymore. But
was there an incident?
No, the incident is what happens when you've got a company with 1 billion people and a bunch of them are old, so we all lose our privileges to install our own software.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
Since I stopped playing Hearthstone and stopped, like, when I stopped playing Hearthstone, I unsubscribed from all of the Hearthstone channels. Because, like, I was subscribed to Kibler and Trump, not that one, and Regis Kilbin and Trollden, and I unsubscribed from all of those because if I'm not playing the game, I don't want to fucking watch other people play the game that I'm not playing anymore.
Yeah.
So I don't see Raid Shadow Legends anymore. And in fact, the only person I'd seen try to hawk Raid Shadow Legends for a while was fucking Trollden, who in his like 7-minute videos had like 15 ads.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Fuck you, dude. And he had like YouTube ads and then the ad read for Raid Shadow Legends. And I'm like, no. And now I have YouTube Premium for 3 months, and I don't know how I'm going to go back.
You're going to use ad block.
That doesn't work on the smart TV, which is the vast majority of my YouTube watching.
Oh, the TV. Yeah, you're right.
Hey,
yeah.
What does YouTube Premium cost, by the way? Because every now and then I'm like, I will just pay them the money. I'm sick of this crap.
Gothic and I were talking about this just a couple days ago. He Googled it, and he found $11.99 a month. I went to my YouTube Premium and clicked on it, and it showed me $15.99 a month. And I went,
either way, no.
Yeah.
I mean,
just no.
It's
given the amount that I watch, I should probably just like unsubscribe from something else that I'm paying for and not using, like, I don't know, Humble Choice or something, and get YouTube Premium, just because YouTube is like 3/4 of just what I watch for entertainment.
So when I move, which I'm planning on doing at the end of the year, and no longer have mandatory cable, I'm going to subscribe to a lot of stuff because I will no longer have mandatory cable.
Yeah. That frees up a lot of money all of a sudden.
Yeah. It's like I have overpriced cable that I don't want. But yeah, like I'm planning on moving at the end of the year when my lease runs out now, because my apartment complex has been steadily increasing rent for a while now, which is miserable. But they pulled a thing on me last week where they're converting all of our apartments to smart apartments. We can't opt out of it. And while I love having my robot handle like my lights and my TV and, play music or whatever, I don't want it handling the door lock. I don't like that. And I don't have a way of opting out of this. And now I'm relying on the people who can't be bothered to like accept packages to keep my door lock battery working so that I don't get locked out of my home.
Yeah.
So I'm out.
I mean, there would still be a physical backup, surely.
The physical backup is the battery.
No, I meant to get into the apartment. Surely there's still a key with a lock, right?
Well, there is no key. It's a keypad that runs on batteries.
Yeah, here's the backup. It's sold on covertinstruments.com, who is sponsoring this video.
Covert Instruments is not sponsoring this video.
No, they're not. But some people know what I'm referring to, and they thought that was hilarious.
I did, yeah.
I admit, I own a Covert companion. I bought it from covertinstruments.com. I have gotten into locksport.
Yeah, here is a shameless plug. You should start watching The Lockpicking Lawyer, even if you have no interest in locks or lockpicking, because I have zero interest, and he is fascinating.
Absolutely.
Like, my gripe with all of this is that there's no key. Like, it's just a touchpad.
That's insane.
That's insane.
Like, there's a deadbolt from the inside that I can still use. Like, when I'm home, I'm okay.
Yeah.
But when I leave, I'm relying on a thing that I know is never going to be as secure as I want it to be. And, like, I understand that a normal lock can be picked.
Oh, sure.
But there's a huge difference between someone squatting outside my door picking my lock and someone walking up with their phone and entering my home.
Yeah.
And that's what they would do. Like, it's not going to look suspicious if someone walks up to my door, pulls out their phone, and then the keypad thing lets them in. Like, I don't like this. I don't like anything about this. And so this is absolutely a case of moving when I can move. And I'm quite frankly tired of paying as much as I pay in rent anyway. Time to go into that expensive housing market and just spend too much money there, but at least it's mine.
Cluze was gonna say something, and then
I was gonna say something, but I decided against it. I was gonna, but nope.
I'm not moving to Danville, Cluze.
That's what I was gonna talk about, and then I realized, wait a minute, I don't want to talk about Danville. It's a horrible place. I don't want to ever think about it.
Check it out.
Yeah, no, you should not. You should not check it out. Like, if you have a trip planned, first of all, don't. If you have a trip planned and it goes through Danville, don't. Just go out of your way.
It is the Raccoon City of West Virginia.
Hours out of your way in any direction is the correct answer.
Although to avoid Danville, you don't have to go hours out of the way. It's not that big, so it's just a minor.
The only way to be sure.
I'm saying, just don't. Just don't.
Speaking of, it's the only way to be sure. I watched Alien 3 for the second time ever last week, and yeah, like a while ago, I decided I'm gonna watch all the Alien movies because they're all streaming, and I made it through the first two, the good ones, and then they fell off of the streaming service, and I went, well, shit. But I found
tried to save you.
They tried.
Yeah,
tried so hard.
Well, I found that Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection. Now, Resurrection I'd seen before and remembered.
Yeah.
Which it's just goofy and a cash in, which is fine because they let Sigourney Weaver have a party with
Sigourney Weaver.
Like, she was clearly enjoying being whatever she was in that movie.
Yeah, she was getting paid.
Yeah, but like Alien 3, I had only seen once before, and I didn't remember much about it other than the premise. And you know, I've played Alien 3 on the Super Nintendo, which is fairly underrated. It's pretty good.
The canonical version of that story?
In my head, yeah. But, like, it was, like, the idea of it was good. Not great, but good. You know, it's good enough for a third movie. But, like, the execution was so bad. Like, the CGI was clearly done for, like, a nickel. Like, anytime that the alien was CG, even back then, you could tell.
Was it like Spawn bad CG?
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh, I had higher quality Windows 95 screensavers than that.
And, like, the finale was a big... Like, it was a cartoon. Like, okay, everybody run through all of these things and make noise, and when the alien comes, you run through and you trap it there, and then we'll pour hot lead on it.
That's actually a Scooby-Doo thing.
It is. Like, it was literally a cartoon plot. And then, of course, things go wrong and Alien kills
And
several
Old Man
people.
Wilkins did not recover from that hot lead either.
And
that mask is not coming off. It's for the best. We can't see his face.
And it was just not good. And then I watched Alien Resurrection as a palate cleanser because Alien Resurrection was supposed to be stupid. And it was.
I think by Alien Resurrection, they knew what they were doing. Not that it was a good plan, but they knew what they were doing.
Plus, there was the really hot black dude with the dreads, and I'm like, who is that guy? I looked it up. It was the guy from CSI, Gary Dorden, I think is his name. And I went, oh, Because I was like, this guy's actually not bad. He should act more. And then I looked him up and I went, oh, he did. Awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just thought I'd share that. It was,
I like how, like a week and a half ago, I finally watched Arcane. After, like, you know, like, I don't care about the game that it's based on, and it's probably for the best. But I watched Arcane, and I kept listening, like, man, that's a really good voice actress. I wonder what else she does. And then I look, I'm like, I literally just watched Hawkeye. Why did I not realize these were the same person? And then I looked a little more, and like, also she was in Bumblebee. How do I keep meeting this actress and not recognizing her? She doesn't
Haley
look that
Steinfeld
different.
is in Arcane.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, she's Vi. She's one of the main characters.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, if you watch it, you'll notice her, because once you realize that she's in it, you're going to know her voice immediately. But,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That reminds me, do we have any more info on this Netflix animated magic show? Because all of the other Netflix things that have come out have been either pretty good or are like Arcane and freaking raved about. And I haven't heard anything about the magic one. Other than, years ago, the Russo brothers pulled out.
No
there,
idea.
I said put it in. Then I said pulled out.
And brother.
And brother.
That's right.
Wait.
Hey, speaking of, if I could just hop back to a different topic before we head that way. Speaking of voice actors or actresses, and just a callback to the beginning of our conversation tonight. Do you know who is the voice of the main character in Horizon Zero Dawn?
I feel like I knew at one point, but
I used to know this when it was first announced.
It's Ashley Birch.
Right, yeah. Because, hey, Ash, what you playing?
Hey, Ash, what you playing? And Tiny Tina in the Borderlands games. I had no idea that that's who did that voice. Right. So I got all the way through Horizon, and it was, I was hearing stuff about Forbidden West, the sequel that's coming out, and they're like reprising her role as Aloy as Ashley Birch. And I'm like, wait, what? That Ashley Birch? And yes, absolutely it is.
Yeah. Years ago at, what's that con I went, the one where I saw freaking, the Protoman, MagFest. There was a panel about being like an online content creator, and two of the panel members were Ashley Birch and Matt Mercer.
Oh.
Like before they exploded, because she was known for Hash What You Playing, and he was known for the Dark Smash Brothers thing. What the hell's that called?
There Will Be Brawl.
There Will Be Brawl, yeah.
Yeah.
And there were a couple other people there, but those two have since, blown up and become actual, celebrities. And it's just weird that they were at this panel with 40 people at MagFest.
Yeah.
And I think that was the panel where there were some con trolls who decided to ask a bunch of questions about, I think, the Golden Girls that had nothing to do with anything because they would rather waste everyone else's time for their own amusement.
Yeah.
And then I learned that was a thing, and I was like, I hate people.
You should.
Yeah. But anyway, so I assume, given that it's late o'clock, that we should probably stop at some point, or at least we should throw away clues.
I'm old. I need some sleep.
I mean,
don't you have school in the morning, or?
Not tomorrow. No.
Holiday.
We have MLK off.
Oh, right. I was vaguely aware of that.
I didn't realize that until halfway through my last class last week. I'm like, oh man, okay, got to go home. Got the weekend. I'll have to come back. Oh my God, I don't have class on Monday. And it was just a glorious feeling. And I've just been reliving that feeling, that tiny 30-second window when I had that realization. I've just been reliving it in my mind all weekend. So
today has been the best Sunday in a while because I don't have to work on Monday. I actually didn't have to do anything responsible today, and I could just be snowed in. It's why I'm wearing the celebratory turtle shirt. It's just the appropriate thing to wear on a day like that.
I'm wearing the NASA logo that says it's round because I've been watching a lot of flat Earth debunking on YouTube, and dude, flat Earthers are fucking stupid.
Yeah, there's no reason to ever talk to a flat earther. You are wasting your time.
Yeah.
Just absolutely do not bother. You are not going to convince them of anything. They are not rational or reasonable people. There is nothing that can be done there. Just leave.
Yeah. But I enjoy the debunking videos because then I get to hear what all of the idiot flat earthers are coming up with without giving them views. So, and it's, dude, some of the shit, like, some of
It's
them are
real
just
bad.
like super Christian and can't get past it's not in the Bible. And those I can at least somewhat understand, but the ones who think that
It
it's
is
a
in the
giant.
Bible.
Do what?
It is in the Bible. It's referred to as a sphere. I remember this because I argued it with someone when I actually went to church.
See? But
But is it in the original?
Yeah, I have the original Bible. I have it like right over there.
You do.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not just a translation later by some
No,
random king.
it's the original one. It's like a pop-up book.
Okay, good.
but
Yeah,
like
like you pull in the little thing and like two of a bunch of animals come out and like 7 of the clean ones. It's really weird.
anyway,
I like how while Cluze's head is like that, he's got the Biggie Smalls crown out of that Enterprise.
he does. Yeah, I keep noticing that this whole stream and going, wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Infinius said, "Imagine thinking that Australia exists, right?"
I mean, I've never seen it.
I've been there twice.
Are you
Or
sure that was
so
Austria?
NASA
'Cause
wants
a lot
you
of
to
people
think.
Get those mixed up.
Oh no, I assure you, it was very Australian. There was Vegemite and everything.
I mean, you do appear to be alive.
Oh, I got out. I got lucky.
Okay.
I played it safe while I was there.
He wore the hard hat in case of the drop bear.
The drop. That's right. Basically, I didn't go underneath any trees. I had to go around. It was like a whole Danville situation. I had to go around.
Oh God.
Yeah, a hard hat's not going to get you through Danville. Just don't even try it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
just don't.
no.
Don't go
Not
there.
even once.
But like
No, not
the
even once.
problem with the like real hardcore flat earthers is that they're not just flat earthers. They're like full on everything is a conspiracy people. They're
They
like
have to be.
they're like worse than Alex Jones because I don't think Alex Jones is on the flat earth kick at the very least.
Well, like
Plus,
they have to
hopefully
be.
he's
You
going
have to-
broke, so
You have to subscribe to everything ridiculous once you dip your toe in to maintain the level of dislogic to support what you're believing.
It's conspiracies all the way down.
It's really
It
hard
is.
to just be a little in.
But even the ones who are just a little in are trying to say there's no gravity, it's all just buoyancy. And my science brain, like my eye starts twitching, and
Yeah, I see why you watch this because I want to know how they define buoyancy and if it's actually just gravity but using the wrong word for it.
it's exactly what it is. But then they use actual examples of buoyancy and go, there you go.
All right.
Like that's how everything works. And like I said, my
man.
science brain goes.
We're going to be really pissed off with the buoyancy of this Lagrange point that we're parking our camera in.
Well, no,
But
that's
that
all
camera's
fake.
not real.
Yeah,
That
none
camera's
of
not
that's real.
Come on. Come on.
Look,
The-
I've seen cameras.
Look,
I haven't
they
seen
were-
Australia.
They were using it to cover up the $9 billion that they spent on the cloning program.
Yeah.
We don't need that much money to clone. We've been doing this forever.
Oh, that's what they want you to think.
Look, do you think we really have that many Kennedys? We have less of them every day. How do we still have them without clones?
My main concern, like the main problem I have with flat earthers as a group that aren't the insane conspiracy theorists, just like the ones who are like, huh, you know what? I don't think that's possible because they don't know how science works. They just look around and go, I think it is flat. Is that I haven't seen anyone give me like a reason for this giant conspiracy. The
Control.
only one.
Control.
Yeah, but for what purpose? Control of what? The only thing this is
Control.
gonna affect is like navigation. But like the only thing I've seen is that outside of the ice wall, because Antarctica is, which
Oh, yeah,
no
it's an
one
ice
can
wall.
pronounce. By the way, they all mispronounce Antarctica.
How can you mispronounce Antarctica? It's not that hard.
Antarctica is like the most common one. Like that second C just doesn't exist. It's Antarctica. But that's a normal thing
Wish
for
it had
lots
a
of people.
giant ice wall. Wouldn't that be great?
That would be pretty cool. But yeah, there instead of Antarctica at the bottom, because the way that the flat Earth works, the North Pole is in the middle, and everything else is spread out, and then Antarctica, which if you look at a projection like that, what's it? Some kind of azimuthal projection. I forget what it's called, but
Have an
Antarctica.
astral projection.
Yeah, Antarctica is now a ring around the whole thing, and that's what keeps the water in. Jesus.
Well, I mean, otherwise it'd fall
Obviously.
off.
But the only one that I've seen that means there might be a reason is that outside of that ice wall is an infinite plane of more Earth that is loaded with natural resources, and they want those for themselves, so they. But I'm like,
So go.
Okay. Have they read anything about the De Beers Corporation?
obviously not.
Because you don't actually
there.
need a resource to be scarce for you to just make gobs of money from it. It's not like they need to.
Yeah,
I hate people.
I hate
Chewie,
people.
if we cross over this ice wall, will there be another us on the other side of it?
Well, see, nobody ever has any like evidence. It's all just, well, it's got to be what it is. I'm like, yeah, that's got to be it. Yeah, thanks.
I feel like these are people who, when they were children, watched Ancient Aliens and didn't understand that, you know, all of those questions that they ask, the answer is always no, and this is stupid.
Yeah. By the way, on Netflix, I highly recommend the documentary called Behind the Curve. It's about flat earthers.
I'm gonna
And
write
it's
this down.
yeah, I watched it when it was new, and I remember really liking it. But like, it actually doesn't just make fun of them, but it does it in a very subtle way, and it's entertaining. But it tries to get into the mindset of why, and it's because they want to feel like they're part of an in crowd and they figured something out or whatever and whatever. But
Right.
like, it's also because they don't understand high school level science, and in some cases middle school level science, and they don't
I got a globe when I was like 4.
and they don't understand that personal incredulity is not evidence that something's not real.
Yeah.
Like, they go, psh, nuh-uh, and that's their whole fucking thing. It's like, nuh-uh, that can't even be. I'm like, but it...
Just because you can't understand it doesn't mean it's not real.
Like, the ISS is like a giant fake thing that is all green screens and harnesses and shit. But then there's a picture that like a flat earther took of it going in front of either the moon or the sun, I forget which. And I'm like, how do you explain that? And they just ignore it. They're like, oh. I'm like,
I feel like it was one of those things that was originally trolling, and then the trolls forgot they were trolling and just started believing it.
I like the thing about how birds aren't real.
I mean,
wait, that's not
Yeah.
becoming a real thing, is it?
I'm sure that there are people who do believe that. Yes.
it's obviously a meme, but like it's the same logic process that would lead to someone actually believing it.
Yeah. Well, also
I'm
now
using
we've
logic
got,
process in the most generous sense.
but like with the flat earthers, not only do you have the idiots that believe, but you've got the grifters who prey on the less intelligent,
out.
who you know, like the Donald Trumps of of flat Earth, who use all of these poor stupid people for their own ends to sell them the books and high dollar cameras and some shit. Because did you know all you have to do is get these Nikon cameras and you just zoom in, and that proves that the Earth is not round. I'm like, huh?
Naturally. Yeah, that's all weird.
My favorite bit is if it's a big circle, then I want someone like in Phineas in Australia, and someone in Chile, and then someone in, I don't know, South Africa, which are in 3 different directions on the flat Earth, to all look south, and they'll all see the Southern Cross if they're all looking south. even though that's 3 different directions on there.
Weird.
Well, look, obviously, density of the air, refraction, ghost image, mirage, mirror, put up there by NASA.
So I just have to note that when I was in Japan, I messaged a friend who was not in Japan at the time. And we each put a piece of bread on the ground. And I can tell you the earth is a sandwich. That's what it is.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, damn right.
We did it. I have picture proof. It's a sandwich.
How was
That
it, though?
said, my piece of bread was in front of the Prime Minister's house, and security did not like me being there making the earth a sandwich. Because when I went to Japan, I got the brand new hotel that opened up across the street from the Prime Minister's house because I wanted something that was going to be English friendly, and they had just opened the week before. So I booked in the beginning, which meant when I went outside to do this and I needed to get out of the way of all the people in the foot traffic so I could put a piece of bread on the ground and take a picture of it, I was in front of the Prime Minister's estate. And the security guy actually gave me the Japanese, like, look at me, move along, shuffle. And I'm like, yeah, apologies. Take a picture of this bread on the ground, pick it up and walk away.
I think now we know why.
I was going to say,
Bill's
this is
flight
why
was
you can't go
canceled.
back to Japan. Yeah.
They blamed it on the plague, but we just found out why.
I turned the planet into a sandwich, and they got to be a part of it.
But really, Bill, didn't we all get to be a part of it?
I mean,
we wanted it
if
or
you were
not.
on the Earth at that point in time, yeah, you were part of the sandwich. If anything, me looming above it, I was not part of the sandwich.
Delicious.
Look, the Earth is a pancake. What you did is put 2 pieces of bread on separate spots on the pancake. We just talked about how flat the Earth is.
Oh, I had Japanese pancakes. They are different.
Okay.
Okay, what are
They're like hockey pucks.
Now I have to know, what are Japanese pancakes?
They're like normal pancakes, but the way they make them, they're smaller, but they're like thick as hockey pucks.
Fascinating.
That is fascinating.
They taste good. But,
Okay. I don't doubt it. I
Did
mean,
they have
pancakes
maple
are
syrup,
good.
though?
They had matcha in it.
I don't know what that means.
It was surprising. Like
What
green
is
tea.
what is that?
It's like a green tea stuff that you put in it.
Oh,
It just surprised me.
but did they have the maple syrup?
Well,
It was an option.
Okay,
now I
good.
want a Kit Kat.
Well, break me off a
Japan
piece.
has a lot of those.
I know. That's why I want a Kit Kat.
I just finished
Well, with
my
Baksu, you can have a Kit Kat.
I just finished my fudge brownie M&Ms right before we started.
Oh, hey, you enjoying those?
Yeah, well, I
think
mean,
I
I tried
recommend-
these a
I think I
long time ago
recommend,
because of you.
Yeah.
And
Oh man.
I bought some
that.
more recently.
They're really good.
They are. It's a problem because I eat them all.
Tonight's stream is brought to you by Brownie M&Ms.
I mean, I would eat that.
But not really. M&Ms, the M&M Mars Corporation, get in touch. We will totally shill for your products. 'Cause
Yeah.
we already eat them. Just look at us.
Yeah, Chipotle, do you want to sponsor me? Because I eat a fuckload of your burritos. I will gladly shill them hard.
Chipotle, can you be consistent about what stuff costs if you decide that you just want to get the meat?
No, they cannot.
And Chipotle, while we've got your attention, since obviously we do, we're that powerful. The Chipotle on the west side of Lansing, could you make it so that they actually have the ingredients so that you don't pull up to the Chipotle lane, the drive-through with your order, and they don't come to the window and go, oh, by the way, we're completely out of all of our salsas.
Yep.
That's why I order off of the app, so they tell me what they're out of.
I use the app.
Oh.
And they still don't get it right.
Oh.
I would just like an option for rice that doesn't have cilantro in it, but I don't get that.
Do both of their rices have cilantro in them?
Yep.
Oh.
All 3 if you count the cauliflower rice.
Do you have the soap problem with cilantro, or do you just not like it?
I just don't like it.
Oh, okay.
I don't have the soap
That's
problem.
fair.
I just don't like it.
Yeah.
Totally.
Like I'll eat it. Like if it's in the rice, I'm eating it. Like I'm still eating the burrito. It's just I would prefer to not have it there.
I didn't think I knew that because I've never noticed. I only ever get the white rice for obvious reasons. But does anyone have the soap cilantro thing? Because that fascinates me. I don't know what the percentage of the population that does that, but
It's a higher percentage than I thought. But
yeah,
I don't have that.
It freaks me out. Like it's a way bigger percentage than the number of like red-haired, blue-eyed people. which is staggeringly low.
Yeah.
Anyway, should we stop? I think we should stop.
We should
Yeah,
stop.
we should stop.
We're at that point.
We're at like 3 hours here,
Yeah.
and we're now talking about cilantro. So
This is why we can't do this every week. Actually, that's not why. It's because magic sucks. But yeah, all right, cool.
I mean, we can do this every week without magic, but you guys are busy, so.
No, we're
Yeah,
actually
well.
very busy. It's true.
last semester I totally was. This semester's a little better though.
See, Cluze is what you should have gotten Shell Shock and played with us last night. It was a blast.
Last night, no, the wife and I had movie night last night.
Ooh, what'd you watch?
We watched Arrival.
The
I like
good
that movie.
Oh yeah, that was really good.
Yeah, it was her first time seeing it, my second.
Nice.
It's a good movie.
It is really, really good. But remember back during lockdown, we built the cinema in the basement.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
great.
yeah.
Had all the lights off, the sound cranked up. It was just
Sounds
man, it was
fun.
a feast for the eyes and ears.
Nice.
Had a
Very
grand time.
But yeah,
Not going to spoil it, but people who haven't seen Arrival, yeah, you should do that.
you
Check
should
it out, it's good.
unless you're looking for explosions, and then maybe wait a
Yeah.
while and then watch Arrival
No,
when you're not
this
looking
is-
for explosions.
This is a thoughtful movie.
Yeah.
Very, and it's powerful.
It is.
Yeah, I thoroughly loved it. And then I saw Dune. It's by the same guy, and it's not the same.
I'm gonna wait until the other Dune movie comes out, then I'll watch them both.
Fair enough.
I know the story, so I'm not worried about waiting. I might as well just wait and watch them both.
You're a Quizats Hatterack.
If I could spell that, I would agree with you.
Seriously, we should do this more than once every.
Nick,
Never.
Nack, Paddywhack.
Yeah, we should do this occasionally.
Cluze doesn't need to wait for me to win a round before he tells me to get screwed.
Oh yeah, Chewie gets screwed.
Yeah, see, we have a thing going, and we've been playing either Golf with Your Friends or Shell Shock Live, and whoever wins either the round of tank shooting or the round of golf, whoever wins gets a well, screw you, insert name here, and that's how you know you should feel good about yourself when everyone else hates you. Because
Right.
we're not actually playing to win. We're all just sort of dicking around, which makes it way more fun.
That sounds less stressful.
Yeah. I mean, you showed up when we were playing golf, Squee.
I
I
watched you play
tried
golf.
real hard to convince Squee to download
You
the
did,
game.
but
and
the
play
thing
with us.
was, watching you play with non-spherical balls looked frustrating as hell.
It was. That's why we went back to balls, and then you still wouldn't
Yeah.
play with us. But
It looked super frustrating. Also, the bits where you got stuck in a map area that should have been a kill floor but wasn't looked really annoying.
yeah, they're pretty rare though.
Yeah.
But anyway, right. Well, this has been Snowed In 2022. I couldn't think of a better thing to put on the bottom there, so that's what I named it. Because
I
2/3
mean,
of
that
us,
way they think that we're talking about government like surveillance now, right?
yeah, we're Chewie,
Yeah.
Squee, Cluze, and Edward snowed in. Yeah. But thank you all so much for joining us, those of you that are here live, or if you're watching this later on YouTube, thank you much. Leave us a comment about anything in general. Or I don't know if this will go up in one big chunk or if I'll do this one in smaller chunks. I don't know. I'll figure that out as I go.
Wait, is all of that porn talk gonna demonetize you?
Yeah, I think you might want to
I
like
don't-
chop it up into before that, and then
And
after,
then
that.
I don't actually
Yeah.
make enough money on YouTube for it to matter. So I think if
But
this
just
Okay.
video
saying, if
gets
you upload a
demonetized-
thing called Smoothies, then at least you'll know which one did it.
Oh God! So
And if you
okay,
decide not to upload that part later, this is even weirder and funnier.
It really is.
people be like, "What porn talk was that, you guys?"
We were talking about the Ant Queen and her smoothie because we make retro references here.
Yeah, old school TMP references. By the way, Clues. Speaking of old school TMP references, I recently got to tell Amanda after you helped us talk through organizing the desk.
Yep.
I got to a couple days later. I told her the story of the first time I met
First
you
time we
and
met
Jen.
my wife. Yep.
Yeah,
Great.
and she also thought that was hilarious.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But for real now, I've said it 3 times, so that's third time's a charm. We appreciate everyone coming to hang out. It's always good to have both of these guys together so we can shoot the breeze. Like we have a Google chat where somebody says something roughly every day, and occasionally we'll get into actual long conversations, but it's not the same as this.
Yeah.
So this is nice. But yeah, we're gonna go now. So everybody, have a good night. If you are also snowed in, or if you were also snowed in when you watch this later on YouTube, then I hope you survived.
Would be nice.
Yeah. Is this a past future tense participle? I don't know how tenses work.
It's definitely the pluperfect.
That's a smoothie thing.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, bye.
The reverse smoothie.